Becoming a fashion ambassador has become something of a goal for K-pop idols, but while fans are applauding them for it, the parents of those fans have started to complain about how backbreaking and disastrous this is for their financial situation. In the past few years, K-pop idols becoming ambassadors for luxurious brands has become incredibly common. This trend can be attributed to the one and only Big Bang's G-Dragon, who was the first K-pop artist to become Chanel's global ambassador in 2016. Nowadays, idols are often in their teenage years or early 20s, and in most cases, they're chosen for their good looks and how strongly they can influence young audiences. Becoming a brand ambassador is a big thing, especially for idols who are at the beginning of their careers. One of the most famous young ambassadors are members of NewJeans. Every single member has been announced as an ambassador for some kind of luxury brand, be it Louis Vuitton, Burberry, or Giorgio Armani Beauty, despite not debuting that long ago. It can be a great opportunity for these idols to gain new experiences and pull more attention towards themselves and their respective group. Yet, their young age and the strong influence that they have on their fan base can be incredibly concerning, and as it turns out, it's already becoming alarming. These idols are often promoting products that are very expensive and can't be easy to get for many young fans. They're definitely not something that a lot of K-pop fans can afford, especially the younger ones who might still be financially dependable on their parents. Apparently, people from Gen Z will make their first luxury purchase at around the age of 15, which is 3 to 5 years earlier than millennials. A post on the website The Coup highlighted that the age of idol ambassadors decreasing is attributed to the fact that the age of people consuming luxury items is decreasing, and the number of MZ, which stands for Millennials and Gen Z, is expected to increase. One of the comments under the post said, "I really think that this is a problem. I wish that teen idols wouldn't become ambassadors until they are adults." Another comment said, "It's indeed an issue. It's like inciting teens to buy luxury items. Because of young idols' massive popularity, it feels like a win-win situation for the idol and the brand. Unfortunately, using the group that's supposed to be relatable to teenagers to promote luxury brands feels almost exploitative to some. It's very typical in South Korea that people go absolutely crazy over one item, which then influences their life more than it should. It's like the whole country would do anything but to get their hands on the same thing." Around 2011, the biggest trend was padded jackets from the North Face, and they were especially popular among middle and high school students. There was even a post on Naver uploaded by Korean students that listed 6 jackets by the brand that were labeled in terms of price and status, describing the list of a social class map. The quote-unquote cheapest jacket, worth around $215 back then, was dubbed as a loser, and the most expensive jacket, priced around $700, was reserved only for the captains. While the post was supposed to be a joke, it posed a huge risk to middle and high school students and how they would be perceived by their peers if their family wouldn't be able to afford the expensive jackets. For most people, $200 is a lot of money, so spending it on a jacket is simply not an option for them. And let's be honest, seeing everyone else wearing it and the idols promoting such products doesn't help the audience to appreciate what they already have. The jackets became so popular that they were once jokingly referred to as a second school uniform. One high school student from Seoul said, "Out of 37 students in our class, 15 of them wear a North Face jacket. If you don't wear jackets sporting some kind of brand, you look shabby." A university professor said this about the situation: "The North Face phenomenon is driven by a sense of desperation to avoid being left behind. While this craze wasn't fueled by a famous celebrity promoting the jackets, it isn't much different from what is happening now. Middle and high school students can hardly afford a jacket that ranges between $200 and $700, and it puts a huge strain on their parents. There's a reason why these jackets were nicknamed backbreakers, meaning their parents worked so hard to be able to afford to buy them for their children that their backs broke." Another backbreaker came in 2015 when backpacks from the brand Landoseru became very popular among elementary school children in Korea. Landoseru sells backpacks and bags that range between $300 and $600. No one, and especially a child in elementary school, doesn't really need a backpack worth hundreds of dollars, but just like it was with the North Face jacket, the kids were scared of being left behind and ostracized for not keeping up with the trends. Fandom culture is incredibly strong in Korea, and it's 10 times more harsh in K-pop. Fans will do whatever they can to support their favorite idol. While this is a good thing in many ways, it also feeds into K-pop's problem with consumerism and overconsumption even more. In these recent years, K-pop fans are willing to spend thousands and thousands of dollars on albums, merchandise, or concert tickets. In 2020, EXO's Kai did a campaign with Gucci, and it didn't take long before the collection got completely sold out across Asia. It's hard to believe that all of these fans were adults with their own respective jobs. It's highly possible a lot of these people were young teenage fans who asked their parents to spend hundreds or thousands of dollars on Kai's collection. It seems like K-pop fans and young people in general don't really mind saving money on food and other daily necessities if it means that they are able to afford their dream luxury goods. The luxury craze doesn't correlate with socioeconomic economic classes, as said by pop culture critic Kim Hon-sik, who also added that most millennials and Gen Z will gladly survive on ramen if it means affording something luxurious. In 2019, there was an issue in the BTS fandom when some of their fans sold out almost every single thing Jungkook talked about. There's nothing inherently wrong with buying things that your favorites like if you like them as well, but some of these items didn't really make sense. In January of 2019, BTS's fans sold out 2 months worth of fabric softener from the brand Downy after Jungkook shared that it was his favorite one. They sold out a certain kind of toothbrush Jungkook had in one of their vlogs, as well as Merlot March wine from an Italian brand, which sold out within 24 hours. We don't have to touch on Jungkook's influence on his fans, but most of these items feel unnecessary and only feed into the huge problem K-pop has with overconsumption. With K-pop becoming very popular across the world, the demand for artist merchandise and albums keeps getting higher and higher. Because the demand is so strong, some fans almost become obsessed with getting every single album or merch piece their favorite artist releases, but one fan from the Philippines really crossed the line when she actually stole money to buy K-pop merchandise and albums. While her age wasn't disclosed, she was said to be a teenage girl when she stole around $36,000. She bought around 3,000 photo cards and numerous albums. She decided to steal money from her family's business cash register after she ran out of her allowance money. The term backbreakers can be easily applied to K-pop as well. If a fan can't afford to attend expensive concerts or have a huge merch collection, they can be seen as a less dedicated fan. Failing to buy dozens of albums to support the newest release can make the fan a target of online shaming, with people claiming that the person isn't a real fan because they can't spend a lot of money. K-pop idols definitely contribute to the whole problem, although we can't blame them. Especially younger idols are often seen as trendsetters, and fans are drawn to them. Fans admire them for their talents and unique styles, which then leads to the fans wanting to support them in any way that they can. On top of the talents, younger idols are often seen as relatable, humble, and easily approachable. To many, they might seem like friends despite being actual superstars. Fans feel like they can connect with these idols on a deeply personal level, and small interactions on social media fuel the idol-fan relationship even more. It might help a little if luxury brands hired models or celebrities who truly embody the image and essence of the brand and weren't so explicitly influencing people to purchase the expensive products. Unfortunately, the tactic of hiring very influential K-pop idols with dedicated fan bases works like a charm, and it would influence their business in a very negative way if they hired people with less influence. The companies know that they'll experience a huge influx in sales and revenue if they hire a K-pop idol, which is why there have been so many of them lately. One person also pointed out how New Jeans ambassadorships in particular don't really make sense. Since New Jeans are supposed to appeal to the younger audience, it's a weird choice to make them ambassadors for such classic and luxury brands whose main target audience is adults. Another person shared that they really missed the concept of girl next door with the new fourth generation groups. And while they were hopeful that New Jeans would go for that concept after their debut, to them they feel like another group of rich kids for rich kids. Despite these concerns, the trend of young K-pop idols becoming ambassadors for luxurious brands shows no signs of slowing down. As long as there is demand for these partnerships from both brands and fans, it is likely that we will continue to see more of these collaborations in the future. Do you guys think idols becoming brand ambassadors is problematic? Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. Thanks for watching. Bye!